Hello and welcome to episode number 29 of WITM Season 8. And as you can see on your screen, in the main event, it will be the Creed brothers taking on the NXT Tag Team Champions, Sword and Darth, in the main event of NXT in non-title tag team action. Prior to that, we have a big meeting between both the Raw and NXT Falconclaws regarding the future of the leadership of the Falconclaws. Darth has been the interim leader for the past month or so, but Corey, the leader prior to him, the permanent leader, has made his return. Who will lead the Falconclaws going forward, Corey or Darth? Let's find out as we are going to head to the ring where the Falconclaw meeting will take place. Okay, the Falconclaws have gathered at NXT, where Corey is in the ring, microphone in hand, to start the Falconclaw leadership meeting regarding the future of the leadership of the Falconclaws. What does Corey have to say? Falconclaws, thank you for being here tonight. Now, we have a lot to discuss regarding the future of the Falconclaws. As you'll recall, about a month ago, prior to me taking my leave of absence from WWE and naming Darth temporary leader of the Falconclaws, I said that when I returned, there would be a vote as to whether Darth or I would lead the Falconclaws going forward when I returned. However, after doing a lot of thinking and reflecting, I would like to remove my name from consideration for leadership of the Falconclaws, because right now, my main focus is on improving in this ring, and eventually cashing in my Money in the Bank briefcase and becoming the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And I believe that trying to divide my attention between both that and being the best Falconclaw leader I can be is what has caused me to struggle as both a leader and a wrestler. And so, Darth, you proved to me last week just how capable you can be of fighting to defend your fellow Falconclaws. If you'll have it, permanent leadership of the Falconclaws is yours. Okay, shockingly, Corey has pulled his name out of consideration to lead the Falconclaws. It looks like the Falconclaws will have a new leader going forward. Will that man be Darth? Does he accept the leadership role? Let's hear what he has to say. Well, this is kind of awkward, because I too intend to remove myself from consideration to lead the Falconclaws. While I appreciate your words, Corey, I think I've handled this masked men situation very poorly. I allowed each of my fellow Falconclaws on NXT to come under attack under my watch, and didn't call out the masked men until after they had already attacked each of us. However, there is a man here I believe would be a capable leader for the Falconclaws. My twin brother, Cabbages. Cabbages knows what it takes to win and be a champion, and was the first man to call me out when I started to become a problem for the group. And not only that, but what not even the rest of you know, is that Cabbages was offered a promotion to SmackDown after he lost the North American title, but refused to accept it until this issue with the masked men was resolved. So Cabbages, I nominate you to be the new permanent leader of the Falconclaws. Okay, shockingly, Darth takes his name out of the hat to become the permanent Falconclaw leader as well, and nominates Cabbages for leadership. Will Cabbages accept the position of Falconclaw leader? Let's hear what he has to say. Thank you, Darth. Wow, I was not expecting this. But if you are all in agreement, I accept the position of leader of the Falconclaws, and I promise I will try to lead in a way that will make our original leader, Zims, proud. Alright, now Alec Winterborn grabs the microphone. What does he have to say? Now wait just a minute. I am not in agreement. To me, the leader of the Falconclaws should still be Corey. After all, were not for him in WITM, none of us would be here right now in the WWE. And while we're talking about Zims and what he would have wanted, Corey was the man that Zims chose himself to be the leader if anything happened to him. Now, Corey, I know that you think that you're not the best leader, but admitting that you can improve and striving to improve is actually the mark of a great leader. And Yirok and Queen Alpaca agree. So our vote is for Corey to return to leadership. Okay, well, this puts yet another wrinkle into things. While Darth has nominated nominated his twin brother Cabbages to be leader. Alec Winterborn, Queen Alpaca, and Iraq, the Raw Falconclaws, want Corey to return to leadership. How will Corey respond to this? Let's hear what he has to say. Thank you, Alec, Iraq, and Queen Alpaca. I never realized how highly you all thought of me. And while I am not opposed to returning to leadership in some capacity, taking over fully once again would just cause me to be burnt out and struggle once again. So how about a compromise? It seems to me that the Raw Falconclaws want me to be their leader, and the NXT Falconclaws want one of their own to lead. So how about this? I will return to leadership as leader of the Raw Falconclaws. Only focusing on one group in one show should make it manageable for me to both lead and improve as a wrestler and focus on becoming a champion. And Cabbages will lead the Falconclaws in NXT so that they can have one of their own as a leader. Can everyone agree on this? And everyone responds, yes. And with that, the now co-leaders of the Falconclaws, Corey and Cabbages, shake on it. It is official. Following that, Corey grabs the microphone once again. What does he have to say? I'm glad that we could resolve the issue of leadership in a way that benefits the entire group. However, before I fully turn over NXT to Cabbages, there is one final thing I want to address before I leave NXT. Cameron Grimes. We had an agreement. I paid you handsomely to figure out the identities of the masked men, as well as their motives, and all you gave me were some code names, and their stable name, the Smile Society. Then, you turned around and became a snake, and joined the Smile Society, before attacking me. Cameron Grimes, if you have any balls left, face me at Halloween Havoc this Saturday in an Anything Goes match, where finally I can let out some of my pent-up anger after watching your new comrades attack my friends over the last month. What do you say, cowboy?
Yeah, alright, look, let me tell you a little story about this guy named Grimes. He sat at home hurting, had to make it for the time. He started playing games and invested all his shame.
Alright, so a lot went on there in that promo segment. During the leadership meeting for the Falconclaws, Corey removed himself from consideration for leadership. Darth, however, also removed himself from consideration for leadership and nominated Cabbages to be the leader. Cabbages accepted, but Alec Winterborn said that himself, Queen Alpaca, and Iraq, the Raw Falconclaws, wanted Corey to be leader, and eventually a compromise was reached where Corey would lead the Raw Falconclaws going forward, and Cabbages will lead the NXT Falconclaws. Then Corey called out Cameron Grimes for a match at NXT Halloween Havoc, the next premium live event for NXT coming up in just a few universe days. And Cameron Grimes came to the ring with two members of the Smile Society and seemingly accepted. So another match confirmed for Halloween Havoc, and we now know that going forward Corey will lead the Falconclaws on Raw on the main roster, and Cabbages will lead the NXT Falconclaws. So now no longer having to worry about leadership duties for the Falconclaws. Darth can now once again solely focus on being a wrestler and one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions with Sword. And tonight in the main event they take on the Creed brothers. So now let's get to some in-ring action. It's the Falconclaws, Sword and Darth, the NXT Tag Team Champions, taking on the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius, in non-title action, the main event of NXT. Okay, well, the game called an audible here. They made this a rivalry match, and the match is now a singles match between one half of the Creed brothers, Brutus Creed, and one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Sword. We've seen Darth wrestle singles matches before, but this is the first time we will see Sword wrestle a singles match. Can he defeat Brutus Creed in his singles debut? Let's find out.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Creed
And there's the bell. This now singles match is underway. The singles debut for Sword. And he immediately comes out firing with a neck breaker and then forces Creed down to the canvas. Now a kick to the back. Creed responds with a kick from the ground and gets back to his feet. Creed with a suplex. Now Sword locks up. Suplex by Creed. Sword gets behind Creed and hits a DDT. Now they lock up. Sword with a neck breaker. And now a leg kick. They lock up again. Sword with a reverse DDT. Sword heads into the corner. Goes for the drop kick, but Creed evades. And there is a blow to the back by Creed. Now Creed forces Sword up and hits the suplex. And hits the cannonball drop, sending Sword's chest into the yellow zone. Creed misses with the grapple, but connects here. And it's a submission that Sword somehow gets a rope break from. Doesn't look like he was close enough to the ropes to me, but the game disagrees. Creed with another cannonball drop here. And Sword's going to head to the outside and try to recover some, but Creed heads to the top rope. And looks like Sword is able to evade and counter the axe handle and hits a drop kick, sending Creed's body into yellow zone. Now they find the outside where Sword hits repeated elbow drops to the leg. Creed evades the stomp and hits a jab. And now a rolling cutter. Sword kips up and gets behind Creed and sends Creed headfirst into the barricade. We're now at a count of 4. Reverse DDT by Sword. Creed with a reversal. Creed heads back to the ring. And taunts Sword with that bulldog pose, but Sword on the attack. He hits the DDT, sending Creed's head into the yellow zone. And a massive right from Sword. Reversal by Creed, who now has a finisher built up, and he goes for cover. And nearly puts Sword away, but he powers out at 2. Creed gets behind Sword. And has him in fireman's carry position, and hits the snake eyes on the turnbuckle. Sword's chest in the orange zone. Creed's looking to take flight here. And that will connect his finisher, stunning Sword and sending his body into the red zone. Creed goes for cover. Sword powers out at 2 and kips up, but Creed back on the attack. NXT Universe getting to his match hitting. We are not worthy. Creed has another finisher built up, and he's going for it. If this connects, it might be enough to put Sword away. Sword up on his feet. This time Sword evades and gets his own finisher. Sword reversed by Creed. And Creed takes out the leg from behind. Drop kick evaded by Sword. Sword's drop kick blocked. Irish whip by Creed. And an arm drag. Creed to the apron. Sword needs to get back on the attack here. It's been all Creed here for the last few minutes. And there is repeated knees to the head of Sword. Because Sword's lack of singles wrestling experience be proving costly here. There's repeated blows to the head by Creed. Sword with a reversal, putting their knees up on that cannonball drop. And he takes up the legs with the headbutt and goes for cover. Creed powers out at 2, a near fall in Sword's favor for the first time. Creed heads to the outside. Sword goes outside as well. Series of kicks and chops by Sword, and now a neckbreaker, sending Creed's head into his knee. Sword trying to get some offense in. There's a knee drop. Sword has 2 finishers built up. Chop evaded by Creed, who hits a punch. Sword sent back into the ring. Creed's body now in the red zone. Creed evades the grapple, but an elbow strike connects, and a huge clothesline sends Creed into a seated position in the corner. Sword hits a suplex. Creed forced up, body and head now in the red zone, at risk of injury. Sword is reversed by Creed with an arm drag. Creed misses the grapple, but hits a massive suplex nearly into the referee. Creed now attacking the leg. Now a stomp to the arm. Sword with a reversal. Now he attacks the arm. Creed forced up. Reversal by Creed with a knee. Sword responds with the same. He's going for his comeback sequence. And it connects. Sword nearly has 3 finishers built up, and he's going to go for one here. And Creed evades to get his own finisher. Reversal by Sword. Superman punch by Sword. Sword's going to go for his finisher again. Or no, not his finisher, just a stop to the chest, but it stuns Creed. Will it be enough? Yes. And now we have a cutscene. Okay, and here is your results rankings update for this edition of NXT. In the opening match, JD McDonough defeated the NXT champion Tony D'Angelo in non-title action. In a tag team match that makes no sense because Valentina Feroz and Alyssa Leon are partners, but we're on opposite sides. Valentina Feroz, Blair Davenport, the NXT Women's Champion, and Ariana Grace defeated Alyssa Leon, Tatum Paxley, and Taya Hale. In a tag team match that broke down into a singles match, Katana Chance defeated JC Jane of Toxic Attraction. Wes Lee defeated Grayson Waller. And in our main event, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Sword, defeated Brutus Creed. The game alluded to the damage that was done to the chest of Sword, but I checked and Sword does not have an injury from that matchup. And so now let's see what the NXT rankings are. The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Number 1 contenders, Valentina Feroz and Alyssa Leon. Number 2, Toxic Attraction. The NXT Women's Champion is Blair Davenport. Number 1 contender, Mandy Rose. Number 2, Roxanne Perez. Number 3, Ariana Grace. Number 4, Cora Jade. Number 5, Nikita Lyons. Number 6, Lash Legend. Number 7, Miko Satomura. Number 8, Alba Fire. Number 9, Tiffany Stratton. Number 9, Indy Hartwell. Number 11, Ivy Nile. Number 12, Tatum Paxley. Number 13, Fallon Henley. Number 14, Taya Hale. Number 15, Wendy Chu. Number 16, Zoe Stark. The NXT Tag Team Champions are Sword and Darva of the NXT Falconclaws. Number 1 contenders, Pretty Deadly. Number 2, the Creed Brothers. Number 3, Gallus. Number 4, Jensen and Briggs. Number 5, the Dyad. Number 6, Anofe and Blade. The NXT North American Champion is Carmelo Hayes. Number 1 contender, Axiom. Number 2, Wes Lee. Number 3, Cabbages. Number 4, Trick Williams. Number 5, Von Wagner. Number 6, Damon Kemp. Number 7, Grayson Waller. Number 8, Nathan Frazier. The NXT Champion is Tony D'Angelo. Number contender, Tiger Brown. Number 2, Ilya Dragunov. Number 3, Apollo Crews. Number 4, Braun Breaker. Number 5, Duke Hudson. Number 6, Joe Gacy. Number 7, JD McDonough. Number 8, Tyler Bate. Number 9, Cameron Grimes. Number 10, Andre Chase. So now we advance to main event, the minor show for NXT and Raw. Will we see any WITM stars on that card? We can go ahead and advance, since that is a minor show and does not need to be edited by me, potentially. And yes, we are going to have Darth and Tiger Brown and Sword all team up to take on the team of the Creed brothers and Tyler Bate, continuing that rivalry between Darth and Sword and the Creed brothers, and adding Tyler Bate and Tiger Brown to the mix. So a rare NXT match on main event that will see three of the NXT Falconclaws teaming together. That should be a good one as we continue the rivalry between the NXT Falconclaws and the Creed brothers. But that is going to do it for episode number 29. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. Until episode number 30, where the NXT Tag Team Champions, Sword and Darth, will be joined by fellow Falconclaw Tiger Brown to take on the Creed brothers and Tyler Bate. This is Corey with WITM CAW Wrestling, signing off.